Cyberpunk 2077 is finally here, the most anticipated and the most hyped up game for the last couple of years. And instantly within the first couple of hours of it being released, I'm seeing a lot of people asking, how do you make money within this game? Because of all the hype that's been building up over these past couple of years with what's been shown within trailers as well as what's been shown with gameplay videos, there are a lot of players within the community that know exactly what they want to do. They know exactly what cyberware and what weapons they want to use. The issue is that when you start out, you start from nothing. So you actually have to build up to get to that cyberware, or you need to build up to get to that weapon. And one of the most important things to accomplish this is actually getting money. So in this video, we are going to be going through a number of different ways in which you can make money within Cyberpunk 2077 to hopefully get you to where you want to be a lot quicker. Whether it's buying an item of clothing, buying a weapon, buying cyberware, or just the feeling of having a lot of money within the cyberpunk world. And right at the end, I'm also going to be giving you the method that I'm currently using, which is a combination of a bit of everything. Before I do get into the video, if you do want to talk more about Cyberpunk or even just see me playing this game and actually putting some of these methods to actual use with live content, then there will be a link in the description down below which will take you over to the Twitch stream. Normally I stream every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, but as this is a game that has just been released and I've been very excited for it for a very long time, we will be ramping this up to daily streams. So if that is of any interest to you, there will be a link in the description down below. Just head over to the Twitch channel, drop a follow, and you'll be notified the next time I go live. Getting back into the video, making money within Cyberpunk 2077. Now, as you go around Cyberpunk 2077, depending which area you're in, you might hear a couple different things. Money is actually referred to money, Eurobucks, Eurodollars, and also eddies. And just like any open world game like this, or any game in general, currency is very valuable. This is what you'll use to buy into items of clothing, different types of weapons, cyberware, or even pay off debt to your close friends within the world, or even just some acquaintances. And with this, you're going to need a lot of it. Some items can be very expensive. And yes, you could probably cheap out for some cheaper items, but bear in mind that this is a role-playing game and those items that you're now missing do actually count for very valuable attributes. So this will be a situation throughout the whole of the game where you get what you pay for. If you're not willing to spend those extra couple Eurodollars to go and get the next best thing, then you're going to be stuck with the not so good thing, which could actually harm you later on just because it doesn't give you enough protection. So in this world, money equals power and you can get a lot of it. Starting off, the most obvious way to get money is by completing the main missions. And I'm sure most of you are already doing this. The issue with completing the missions is that right at the beginning, when you go through the introduction, which is a very long introduction to get into Night City, you actually don't get paid for any of it. For a lot of open world games, no matter the mission, you will get money. But as CD Projekt Red are going for that realism, if you don't actually complete a job where someone's paying you to do that job and you're just doing it for the sake of doing it because it goes with the storyline, well, there's no one actually paying you to do that job, so where is that money coming from? And the answer to that is nowhere. You're not getting paid for it. And as you go through the introduction where you're not really known that well and you're not actually making it as a merc, there is actually no one paying you to do it. A lot of the missions as well is about building up the backstory for V, as well as also building up relationships with different people around V, especially Jackie Wells. So you'll do a couple missions with Jackie Wells and you don't get paid for any of it. So it's just about building that narrative. Once you do get a couple hours within the game of completing these main missions, you do start to get paid. But as this still is very early on in the game, you don't get tons and tons of money. You get little bits here and there, and as you carry on progressing through the story, that gradually starts to build up. But obviously that isn't good enough. You are watching this video because you want to make as much money as quickly as possible. So this is where we go to the extra stuff. There is a number of different side missions within Cyberpunk 2077, and for completing these side missions, you will get eddies for them. And there are a number of different side missions that you can go through which will benefit your playstyle as well as also give you money on top. So you actually get to pick whatever it is you want to do. This is very easy because you can actually see them all within the map. And depending on what you complete within these side missions, it actually unlocks some extra stuff as well. So on the map, you can see different side jobs. You can see gun for hire, search and recover, thievery, agent saboteur, SOS Merc Needed, Convoy, NCPD Scanner Hustles, Assault in Progress, Suspected Organized Crime Activity, Reported Crime, and the list can carry on going on. And going back to what I just said just before reading all these out, as you go through these missions it can expand into other ones. One thing that I've noticed is that you can go and find your fixer on the map within certain locations. If you do go over to them, as it is color coded for them to actually give you a mission, they won't actually give you a mission straight away. What you actually need to do is go through some cyber psycho sightings, collect data on those types of missions and bring that data back to the fixer to unlock more. And so far for the ones that I have gone through, they all give you money, and a decent amount of money. What's also good with these is that you will progress through your street cred rank, and the higher your street cred, the more you unlock, and it also seems to link into a bigger reward. So the lowest amount of money that you're going to be getting is the first mission that you do as a side mission. These are not very long missions, they take about a couple minutes, and when I did do my first ever side mission, I did get around about 800 eddies, which is so much more than what I got for the first couple hours of playing Cyberpunk when I was going through the main missions. So I definitely recommend going through these. The biggest tip that I would have though for you guys to make money within Cyberpunk is actually getting as much loot as possible. And this is actually very easy to do, it's just I can see some players finding it very tedious and boring. There is loot all over Night City. You can find it just placed in random locations, you can find different chests, different crates, you can even kill enemies and go and pick up some of their loot with different types of weapons as well as anything else that they're carrying. It's very good. But the reason you want to do this is because then you have ammo and you have different weapons which you don't actually have to buy, which does save you a lot of money. But you can also go to different units which are dotted all around Night City. You can very easily see them on the map with a box symbol. At any point within the game, you can decide to go over to these units and you can actually sell whatever you have managed to collect, including weapons. And if you do manage to find some incredibly good weapons, you can actually sell them on for a very decent price. I wouldn't sell everything, I would keep the stuff that you're using. This includes your weapons, items of clothing, any types of consumables that you think you may need, or any types of throwables that you also think you might need. But with everything else, you might as well sell it, because there is actually no real benefit to you keeping it, especially if you're not going to use it. Every single item within Cyberpunk has a weight, and V can only carry a certain amount of weight. You can actually increase how much weight V can carry, but even in that situation, it's not worth hoarding absolutely everything. Keep the essentials and sell the rest, and this is where you're going to be making a lot of money. Now it brings us to the very simple method. All you need to do to make money within Cyberpunk is go round to all of these different side missions. Pick the ones that you like the most, there's definitely loads for you to choose from, so there should be something that fits what you want to do and fits your playstyle. When you're going through these missions, make sure that you are looting absolutely everything. Every single building you go into, every single room you go into, every single chest that you find, anytime you kill someone, make sure you're looting everything you come across. Because what does take literally seconds just to run around and loot absolutely everything, spamming a button to pick everything up that's in your sight, it does add up to quite a decent amount. And I understand that it is very repetitive, but just by spending an hour or two going through this, going through as many different side missions as possible, looting absolutely everything, whenever you do loot a considerable amount, that's when you'll go all the way over to one of the units. You'll then sell absolutely everything that you do not need because it's pointless you carrying it. And that way you're making money from the side missions, which should be a very decent amount, and on top of that you're making a very decent amount from selling all the loot. And that way, after a couple hours of doing this and hopefully having fun whilst playing this game that has just been released, you'll have a considerable amount of money in which you can go and put that money into weapons, items of clothing, different types of cyberware, or even pay off acquaintances because you're in debt. The choice is entirely up to you. So this is the way to make money within Cyberpunk 2077. It may be a bit tedious, but it is a very easy way to make money, and you can then use that to go and put into whatever it is you want to put it into. I would still carry on doing the main missions because obviously you probably want to complete the actual story of the game, but also as you carry on progressing, that money keeps on getting more and more and more. It's just very early on in the game, you don't get hardly anything from these missions, but later on things start to get a lot better. But anyway, if you do want to talk more in depth about Cyberpunk 2077, maybe even watch me streaming this game live, as I will be going through the main story as well as also going through some of the side quests live on stream, then there will be a link in the description down below which will take you over to the Twitch channel. Head over to there, drop a follow, and you'll be notified the next time I go live. But anyway guys, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. But for now, I'm going. So see ya.